That was a moment of silence for the tragedy in DR. I've got full court press here. I'm Leroy Truth. Welcome, everybody. Look at this ridiculous setup again. They're way over there. Moment of silence again. Moment of silence here. Okay, now look how far away, again, they put us here. Last time I was at a meeting here, we were right here. This is insane what they do. And look, they got 2 cameras on us as well. Can you speak up, sir? We can't hear you. You can't hear them. Hey, welcome back, Claudette. Can you hear anything, everyone? This is pathetic. I mean, we can sing sea shanties here, and they wouldn't even know. We can't hear them. Hey, hit the like bulbs. Thanks for joining, everybody. I guess they get ready to do a live. Hey, SNS Contracting, I'm glad you stopped by now. Thanks for stopping by. I've got a microphone pointing to them. I don't know if you can hear them. Good evening, Jagalassis, Rami. Smash that like button as you come in. Jacko. Let's Atfo. Patricia Walton, hello. Ruth Toner. Yeah, these were in the same room. You can't hear them. We are definitely going to file lawsuits against them. And we even have. No, we can't hear them. I can't hear them. Yeah, I'll be right back, everyone. I'm going to give you full court press here.
Hey guys, it's full court press. It's the full court press takeover. Leroy went away for a minute. The captain said South Jersey News was acting disorderly because he asked him a question.
Right here. Right here. I'm at the podium. The resolution to approve payroll for the city. The city's corrupt. I don't think the payroll should be approved.
I don't think South Jersey News was going to talk about the agenda until they said he was acting disorderly. Then they gave him a reason to.
That's it.
First, resolution approving the CY 2025 budget.
I'm gonna make my speech all about Captain Bird Power now.
Seconded. Roll call. Fernandez? Yes. Rioni? Yes. Valdivia? Yes. Martinetti? Yes. Mayor Staff? Yes. Number two, resolution approving payment to Grace Theater Workshop, Inc. Is there a motion? Motion. Second. Okay, roll call. Fernandez is a recusal. Commissioner Rioni? Yes. Commissioner Valdivia? Yes.
Here comes Leroy. He's coming back. He'll be better at this because I'm just chilling.
Okay, it was full court press. I'm back, everybody. This whole meeting. All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. Please smash that like button. Can anyone hear? Put a 1 if you can hear them, not me. If you can hear them. Put a 0 if you can't. Here, listen. So you can see a little better here. See if you can read his lips. Yeah, Tad is terrible. Stay with us. We got some good speeches coming up. Welcome, everyone. Full court press has a banger speech he's going to be giving today. Also, South Jersey News has an incredible one. This is going to be full court press's best speech.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. We got 4 matters on the agency licensing hearing today.
The meeting's almost done.
The first matter is Wendy C. Diaz Trading as Tropical Bar and Restaurant. They have represented by Ms. Paneke. If you could just place your name.
Good evening, Ivan Pinake on behalf of Tropical Bar.
We're here today because there's 2 violations. One is the lack of having the E-141A form and the actual employee licenses that we had given them an option and an opportunity to just get a warning. So it's the second time that we're here on that. As to the form for the 141A form, for the first penalty is just a 1-day suspension pursuant to the state. And the other suspension, which has to do with the no employee licenses, and they're now aware that they just can't have them, that they have to wear them, is a 4-day suspension for a total of a 5-day suspension. That's the recommendation that we would make based on their history. It's been reviewed by Lieutenant Dunley, who is here. I think it's fair and reasonable under the circumstances because it's just really paper violations. There's no brawl, there's nothing that happened there that created a big disturbance. This is an actual inspection that the police conduct on all the liquor license establishments on a regular basis. So I would recommend a 5-day suspension based on a paper violation. Hopefully they're aware, and hopefully we don't see them again. We had given them warnings in the past, but now it has to escalate to a suspension so that we don't see these problems again. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you. Sure, thank you. I'm aware that these violations occurred. I've spoken to my client, and also, I don't know if the board is aware, she's in extremely poor health. And I think because of her poor health, she's been in the hospital with a brain tumor, and she's not doing well. Because of that, stuff kind of went a little bit where it shouldn't have gone. At this point, her kids and the accountant are being very proactive, and everything has been addressed. I would venture to say that it's in tip-top shape now, and they're aware of what they need to do. So hopefully, Ms. Diaz can come back to the business and keep running it like it was run before.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll make on the recommendation of Mr. Gonzalez, I make As to that same applicant, as licensee, the 5-day suspension, they will be choosing May 11th through May 15th. So I'll put that in the resolution. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
The next matter we have is La Esperanza Grocery. The owner is here. Could you just state your name for the record, please?
Sure. Sanjay Kanadia?
Mr. Ganadia, you are the owner of La Esperanza Grocery, is that correct?
Welcome, everyone.
And it's essentially a liquor store, is that right?
The speeches are coming up
Yeah,
next.
grocery store with the yes.
Grocery store, yes. And you understand that today, our recommendation is going to be to dismiss the violation that your cameras were not operating 60 days. We went back.
Thank you, Tommy
we
V,
reviewed it.
for the link.
We thought it was only 43 days. There was an additional hard drive that had to be looked at. But Lieutenant Dunley has done his inspection, had the people go over there, our detectives, and they found that in fact it is operational for 60 days. Based on that and no other violations, they had all their paperwork, I would move to dismiss this case against him. Correct?
I'm sorry. Good evening, everyone. No, that is correct. We did an inspection. It was re-verified by our detectives. The initial inspection, there was one hard drive that was looked at. Upon further review, they were in compliance with the city ordinance, which requires a 60-day retention period, and that's exactly what they had. So on the police department's recommendation, we're moving to dismiss the charges against them.
Welcome, everyone. Speeches are coming up after, I think, one more hearing.
Just make sure those things are done, okay? Thank you.
You can't hear because they're voting. They refuse to use the microphones. And
Thank you. The
we
next
offer
matter
for
we
them to
have
use the
is
microphones.
Strike It Rich LLC, trading as Bull Right Lanes. They're represented here by the owner, Richard
This is
Donahue.
the last one before the speeches.
Good evening, my name is Rich Donahue, I own Bull Right Lanes.
Mr. Donahue is here because we have a bar card violation, and we had an issue with certain delivery slips. Mr.
right.
Donahue,
It shouldn't be
within
here. The ordinance court.
7-day period, has brought all the paperwork that he needs to show that all the papers and the invoices, delivery slips, everything was in order. That's important because the state obviously collects their taxes on the liquor license purchases and the sales that go on. But we did find that their employees were not wearing the bar cards. Mr. Donahue then brought to us a picture, all the bar cards he has hanging behind the bar. So since it's just a violation of not wearing the bar cards, the employees, and we have consistently dismissed the first violation for that with a warning, that's what I would be requesting at this time also. A dismissal, and it would be a first warning of knowing that the people have to wear their bar cards.
Thank you, I appreciate that too.
I'm going to post this on my Facebook, Leroy Truth. Please subscribe to my Facebook,
Thank you.
Leroy Truth.
Thanks, Richard. Appreciate it.
Leroy Truth, Counter Full Court
The
Press
last matter we have
and
is
South
Juan and
Jersey
Gloria
News are
Restaurant,
live.
located at 1801 Bergen Line Avenue.
Union
It is a
City
restaurant. They do have a liquor
Commissioners
license.
Fake meeting.
They are represented here
Exclamation
by,
point.
could you just state your name?
Gloria Cruz.
Ms. Cruz did meet with us, and I explained to her that the violations that were existing were, again, the bar cards weren't being worn. We had a video showing that the bar card was not worn by one of the individuals, but they found it. It was hanging at another location. She's going to get lanyards for them to wear it. This would be her first violation. What I would do is the same what we've done with all individuals. It would be dismissed with the warning. Hopefully, she'll not be back for this again. But it is her first offense, and it was just not wearing a bar card. So I would recommend a dismissal on this.
Oh, the benevolent dictator.
That concludes all ABC matters.
Okay, here we
Thank
go.
you.
now
Thank
is
you.
speaking.
Gracias. Ya sabe que la gente tiene que poner eso, ¿ok?
Here goes speaking. Go ahead.
Me first?
Yeah.
I'm here, right? Come on. Stop playing.
He's right here. Stop playing games.
Do we have a clock today or no?
They were going to shut it down.
Before we start the clock, can we just get anything you want to say out the way, Mr. Skrinsky, so I can have my full 5 minutes today? As long as I'm not going to be interrupted. Hi, I'm Full Court Press. I live in the 33rd District. Am I recognized? Thank you. Brace yourselves, because I'm about to do something alarming. I'm about to speak out loud, in public, at a government meeting, where free people exercise their rights to ask questions, express grievances, and demand accountability. I know it sounds dangerous.
He's not paying attention.
Last meeting,
Look at this.
your captain, Bergbauer here, claimed my behavior was alarming because I directed questions towards public officials. He did the very same thing to South Jersey News right now, who simply asked him a question. He suggested that he was being disorderly. So tonight, let me return the favor and direct a question to Bergbauer's way. What exactly was alarming? Was it the fact that I didn't stay silent? Was it the fact that I refused to just thank you and move on? Or was it the fact that I didn't play by the script that protects the powerful from being challenged? Because under New Jersey law, alarming behavior is a very specific definition. NJSA 2C33-4C requires repeated targeted conduct with the purpose to seriously alarm or annoy someone. And 2C33-2 applies to actual threats, violence, or behavior that causes a real public disturbance. What I did was none of those things. What I did was speak. What I did was ask a question. And that's not just allowed, that's protected. Now let me point out something that should have been alarming. When I chose not to give my name at the beginning of my comment last time, as I'm not legally required to, the city attorney saw it fit to interrupt me, use my time to assert something that isn't backed by law. And Captain, you said nothing. You didn't interject to defend my rights then. You didn't protect my time, voice, or the First Amendment. But when I direct a question toward a public official, now that's suddenly a matter for law enforcement? That kind of selective enforcement is the real issue here. You didn't step in when my rights were being infringed. You only stepped in when the power felt uncomfortable. That's not law enforcement. That's protectionism. So let's call it what it is. My speech was not alarming. The camera's not alarming. The microphone is not alarming. My questions are not alarming. What's actually alarming is when those in uniform or behind a desk use their positions to try to silence dissent. Captain Bergbauer, you've been in this job long enough to know better. So the real disappointment isn't my conduct, it's yours. Because when someone in your position uses their authority to frame lawful speech as disorderly, that's not about safety, that's about control. And if you know that and still choose to speak the way you did, then what you've been trying to insinuate in your official capacity is the real threat to freedom. And if you don't know that, well, if you don't know, now you know. Thank you.
Good job. South Jersey News. He's up.
I want to call out the straight up bullshit that's been going on.
Did you get your extra time? Does he get extra time?
I don't think they do that.
He's got my vote.
Got my vote.
He didn't use all the time. Welcome, everyone. Union City News, corrupt Mayor Stack.
South Jersey News. I'm here to call out the straight up bullshit that's been going on here in Union City, the abuse of power and the shady backdoor games, and the absolute fuckery that people in charge here seem to think that they can get away with. Let me break this down for you. I was falsely accused of harassment by Daniel Vidal, a so-called security guard who doesn't know the first thing about professionalism. The complaint says I cursed at him, followed him around with a camera, and insulted his wife. That's complete horseshit. What actually happened is I filmed him, like I have every right to do, while he's slamming the door in Charles's face. being a straight up asshole to a member of the public. So I spoke up. The next thing I know, I'm being dragged to court. That's not law and order, that's retaliation. By the cowards in uniform. Bert Bauer also said that I was going to be being disorderly by trying to ask him a question. That's crazy to me. I had a real question. And then the court plays its own dirty little games. I had 2 court dates in a row, one on Zoom, and the other one was supposed to be in person, but they never told me.
Sure. Typical.
No email, no paperwork.
Smash the like button,
no
everybody.
communications. And now I'm supposed to defend myself in a courtroom kangaroo circus over some bullshit charge that should have never existed. This is what happens when you try to hold corrupt public employees accountable. They throw fake charges at you and hope the system buries you. Meanwhile, guys like Leroy are getting stacked up with fake complaints. Like it's a fucking contest. And no one here, not one of you, is asking a real question. How the hell are these scumbag public
Not paying
employees getting
attention.
away with this shit? You people are opening yourselves up to the biggest motherfucking lawsuit New Jersey has ever seen. You built a city hall where egos are stroked and power goes unchecked. You think you're untouchable, but you're not. So I'm not here to shake hands and smile. I'm here to say the shit nobody else has the guts to say. You people let corruption run wild, and you turn Union City into a fucking joke. Clean your shit.
Good job.
Good job. Good evening, commissioners. But far more importantly, hello to the viewers on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and beyond, because let's be real. The only thing this commission ignores more than your voices is reality. Now, tonight's public comment is not from me. No. Tonight, we enter dangerous territory because the words you're about to hear are from Brian's brain. Yes, Brian Sack has a brain. Yes, it does exist. And no, it's not FDA approved. Now, I know every time someone dares to speak at these meetings, Mayor Stack starts fidgeting, twitching, texting, whispering, showing memes of his OnlyFans page to Wendy Guillon, shuffling papers like he's auditioning for America's Got Delusion. Anything but listening. So people have asked me, what's going on in Mayor Stack's thick skull? Well, let's hear from Brian's brain directly. So without further ado, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Brian's brain. Episode 1, The Dictator Diaries. Now brace yourself because this is Brian's brain speaking.
Oh no, not him again. That damn Leroy Truth with that fire engine red tie, crisp white shirt, trim black suit, and his sexy glistening bald head.
He's back, speaking, filming, exposing, breathing. Why is he still breathing? I thought he'd vanish after the very first time he spoke at the very first commissioners meeting when I had Justin Mercado assault and rob him, stealing his phone caught on 3 security cameras. I even let Justin Mercado wave Leroy's stolen phone in my face like a victory prize. But did Leroy stop? No. I've had Leroy Truth harassed, assaulted, robbed, kicked, unlawfully arrested, dragged out of churches, dragged out of government buildings, dragged out of public restrooms. Oh wait, that's right. I haven't done that yet. But hey, I'm running out of draggable locations in the state of New Jersey for Leroy. Brian Stack, pay attention when we the people are talking to you. Or resign now. Yet Leroy Truth inexplicably still keeps coming back, like a whack-a-mole with a constitution and a camera who just won't stop. Did you see that new toaster they have on sale at Best Buy? I think I'll buy that for Alex Rodriguez. Okay, calm down, Brian's brain says. Think about happy things. My unused handicap parking spot labeled Supreme Imperial Ruler. The fact that I have a rock. Yes, I actually have a rock named after me in Union City. My secret OnlyFans account that P. Diddy loves to sign into from his prison cell. And of course, the deep, profound, unconditional love I have for my emotional support gerbil named Earl. God, I love that gerbil.
Orchidia, you don't know my temper. I don't even know my temper. It scares me.
I wish Union City School Superintendent Sylvia Abata would give me some Pepto-Bismol now. Speaking of Walmart and coupons, Who the heck did I endorse today for Assembly of the 33rd District? My endorsements keep changing more than Madonna changes boyfriends. Wait, did I just endorse Mayor Nick Sacco for sheriff and Tony Hector and Frank Alonso for governor? I thought I hate Nick Sacco. Maybe I love Nick Sacco. No, I think I hate him. No, I think I love him. Senator Bob Menendez, quick, tell me what to think. From prison. Oh well, that's the paranoia that Mayor Steve Fulop says I am driven from, along with the Alzheimer's and agita that Leroy Truth gives me that is kicking in. What the heck is a uvula, anyway? Darn, all this ADHD thinking has made me super hungry. I could really go for a slice of pizza at De Palmas right now. Drats, I can't go there because I owe them $40,000 for my meetings. I wonder what Chief Anthony Ficini Zerone and his ratatouille wife, Sergeant Michelle Zerone Ficini, are watching on TV now. They better not be watching Leroy Truth videos. If they do, I'll do a no confidence vote on Chief Ficini myself if they're doing that. Oh, did I endorse Mike Tyson, or Tyson Chicken, or Chicken Little, or Frank Perdue, or Purdue University, or Pfizer, or Jeffrey Epstein, or Harvey Weinstein, or Larry Weinstein, or Jennifer Lopez, or Chris Christie, or was it Donald Trump? Oh, I'm going to endorse Jack Citarelli in the general election. Well, whoever doesn't indict me, I'm endorsing them, even if they're dead, period. And Esther Suarez, my loyal little love puppet, the most corrupt prosecutor queen of Hudson County, I love you. As long as you do what I tell you.
You don't know my temper, Esther.
Or do you? If Leroy gets me indicted, then I'm going to have to retire early at Guantanamo. However, I will probably love it because I'm the closest thing to Fidel Castro without a beard who has ever existed. Or is full court press Fidel Castro? I just don't know anymore. Well, I could get full court press to turn maybe and come over to the dark side. How many turkeys will it take? Oh, damn, Leroy's still talking. I don't know whether to get him indicted or ask him out to dinner. He's kind of cute when he's angry with that silver voice, that fire in his eyes, and that overwhelming ability to not die. I hate him. I need him. I hate him. I need him. Where did I bury Jimmy Hoffa again? You interrupted. I still had time left. I still had time left and you interrupted me. I want my 1 second back. Can you give me that 1 second back? I'm going to say, duh. That's my 1 second. Duh. God bless you, everyone. You listen. They're low lives. They all need to be in prison. So, if you listen to us, Stack, name one thing that full court press said or South Jersey said. Oh, by the way, Mayor Stack, why are you trying to kill the Ruben Rodriguez charges? Sergeant Ruben Rodriguez of Union City Police Department lied on a police report, and that sent an innocent, emotionally disturbed homeless man to jail for 2 weeks. And Mayor Stack, why are you telling Esther Suarez, the dirty prosecutor, to kill those charges or minimize those charges? I heard he got pretrial intervention to something he should have gotten official misconduct for. And Mayor Stock, why did you have me ripped out of the Senate Judiciary chambers while I was speaking during my public comment time? Mayor Stack, do you know what a uvula is? Anything else you want to say? And I want to thank South Jersey News for providing this exceptional sound system, which we have offered it to the commissioners, but they refused to use the sound system. It's terrible. They refuse to let us use the sound system. And Stack ignores everyone here. Here's Stack here.
Good boy.
He's a good little puppet boy there.
They're putting their political shit out of us.
What's that?
They're little papers, they're little political papers. Did you see them holding them up?
Oh no. So whoever you vote for, if Mayor Brian Stack endorses anyone,
Good boy.
You know they are political puppets and slaves to him. That's the bottom line. He just talked about Joe Blatler there. Hey, how do you like that Joe Blatler's the new campaign manager for Tony Hector and Frank Alonso? Are you happy about that? And he knows where all your skeletons are buried, right, Mayor Stack? He used to be close to you. He was a confidant. Did you know that? Joe Bladner, ex-deputy chief, good guy, and he used to be the deputy chief, and we used to work closely with Stack, but he saw the corruption. He would not play the game. He would not do the...
Wait, who is Joe Bladler?
And Joe Bladler would not do the pay-to-play and the corrupt stuff that Mayor Brian Stack wanted him to do. Joe Bladler has integrity. Mayor Stack, of course, does not. Full Court Press has integrity. Mayor Stack, of course, does not. Jersey Watcher has integrity.
But wait, Jersey Watcher has integrity.
Well, no, but he pointed it at me.
Now,
Maybe I was just trying to see if you were listening.
I'm listening.
South Jersey News, no, sorry about that, it was my mistake. South Jersey News has integrity. Please subscribe to South Jersey News right now.
wait, you can't hold up a peace sign? You're being disorderly.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you just took a breath, you're being disorderly. Your beard is unkempt. Actually, you're disorderly.
So disappointed.
The last meeting we were at the school, right? The bathroom that I went in.
Oh, where's the...
Oh, the boxes. Oh, was I? Did I have that the whole time?
Yeah, I forgot to give this...
I'm probably breathing all over that.
By the way, I forgot to give the microphone to South Jersey News while he was speaking, so we have Full Court Press breathing. We got a breather.
Oh, my bad. Listen, it happens.
It's all good.
All you're going to hear is... or me laughing, probably. I was laughing.
Well, hopefully with the speaker he's able to hear. So let me turn this around. So here we go. So, by the way, you see how many people were in the audience here? 0. If we 3 didn't speak, no one comes to these meetings. And why does no one come to these meetings? Tell everyone why.
Because they put them in places where people can't get to. They move them around all the time. They don't have a sign at the door that tells you to come to this entrance. Last minute, they'll change it to another location. Because they don't come here because they don't want them to come here. It's by design. They don't want people participating in government. The only people they want here are the people who've been charged with some kind of offense. If you own a bar or a restaurant or something like that, maybe your employee didn't have their tag on. It was on the wall, or maybe some minor infraction happens and they come and hold this kangaroo court here, where Brian Stack is the judge. And most of them come here without an attorney too. So
and the commissioners are the jury. I mean, it's a joke. They actually do court here, and they used to do it after the public speaking portion, but Stack is afraid that the people who come for these ABC trials for the so-called liquor violations, that they will hear us exposing the corruption of Stack, and so he now does them before the public comments, so they can leave and not have the corruption of Stack revealed. And Captain Bergbauer, you know, the ship's going down, Stack's going down.
I think that's
when
probably
the FBI come in and raid the place, you know,
not sure.
I know you have 2 sides. You
I
could
would
be a good
assume that.
man. And so, you know, be on the side of right. When the FBI comes in, don't be part of that. No, don't be part of that.
Always reading the
you have a
secret.
good family, you have an amazing wife, I know. You know.
Speak things into existence.
So, you know, I want to know the, you know, the good you, the real you. Well, you shouldn't be here. You're a captain. They shouldn't have a captain at these meetings. This is all Mayor Stack's thing. They got a captain at these meetings. And all kinds of other police officers. And you see how far away this stupid thing is here. You know, and the thing is, we are the ones who should be concerned about them coming and attacking us, because the only ones who've been attacked actually are me. By Stack and his people.
We got 5 minutes.
So, without,
Right,
here, let's
we
see
got
what
5
we've been
minutes.
doing here. You still have the mic?
I do? Why do I still?
Because you didn't take it off.
So I would have to file another complaint that he lied on the report? Yeah. So I would go to Union City Police Department and file another complaint. And I was told that he had a stroke. I couldn't even go to court. Who had a stroke? That security guard had a stroke on April 1st. I couldn't even go to court.
I want to see the medical records.
I want to see the medical records too.
Everybody, come on.
They said that it wasn't even him that sent the letter. It was someone from the head of security of schools sent the letter that said he had a stroke.
That's suspicious. That's very suspicious. Very suspicious, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so we're going to head out. They made an official announcement. Here, come with us, because we're going to still talk, be live outside for a few minutes, see if we can interview anyone from the huge amount of people who were here from the public, which would be how many, full court?
1. 3?
No, they weren't like really. They were here because
they had to be here.
they had they
From the
were on
public, zero,
trial.
zero.
There was
It says
0.
3, us 3.
Yeah.
But other than they had to come here for their little kangaroo court,
Hold on.
it was 3.
Yep.
We do.
Those are our cameras. No, they can't be personal cameras. He's talking about these cameras here that record us to see
Well, then we
if
can put our personal
we
cameras
do
over
anything
there
they
too,
can
right?
possibly charge us with.
They're not.
So we gotta
they're
get
personal cameras. I mean, they might.
footage of those cameras. It's time for an Altoid break. I'm going to take an Altoid here. Curiously
That's just
refreshing.
another way to stop you from trying.
Curiously
to get
strong.
footage.
One, I take 2 at a time. I think if you take 3, you blow up. Never take 3 Altoids. Never cross the streams and never feed them after midnight.
It's
No
full
big
court
limit.
press. I'm here with South Jersey News.
All right, gentlemen, let's go out to that beautiful spring weather.
Yeah.
Okay. God bless you. Say hello to your wife for me.
This works with the public, man.
Hey, out of your own, brother.
Man, it's fucking good shit. Good night.
Be free, Bergbauer. Be free, Butterfly.
Have a good night, brother.
Right.
Hey, take care. God bless you, man.
Security today.
All right, here we are outside. Still light out
All right,
here
so,
in
listen.
New Jersey.
This is not how any of us want this to be. We want to be free. We want them to be professional. We want law enforcement to uphold their rights. These guys didn't violate. These guys didn't violate our rights in any way. Specifically, the sergeant and this officer. Bergbauer is doing things to elude that, though, right? He's making statements. For example, Vinny says, "Hey, Captain, can you hear them?" And he says, "You're being disorderly." Come on, bro. Like, this is what we're doing now. Last time I was speaking.
I didn't know. I didn't know asking questions to Birdbauer was being disorderly. I had a legit question. Can you hear them?
That's why.
And I wasn't loud.
No, you simply asked him a question.
And,
It was a
and he
legit-
snapped at me. You're being disorderly.
Yeah,
Right.
And that prompted you to go up and speak during the day because you're like, now I just want
And that's a threat.
That's a threat.
He's threatening you now with the force of law,
Right.
up
That's
to
exactly-
violence.
That's what it's an attempt to chill free speech.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. It's control.
Yep.
He's trying to control us with his little bullshit. Like, first of all, none of us, you're not getting any of us with that kind of threat, right? Veiled threat of basically, I'm going to send you a summons for disorderly conduct, or you're being alarming. That's alluding to disorderly conduct, and that's what he's trying to do here. He's trying to silence us in little subtle ways with it while he's in the official capacity, and that's shameful to me. That's what we should be disappointed in, and that's what I'm personally.
Settle down.
Yeah.
He just said it again.
It's funny,
And he's got a gun.
but you know, if you find that behavior alarming,
See-
you should turn it into bad yourself. If you have all that,
He-
that would apply to you. And I'm going to follow you all the way down the block. And if you find it alarming, too bad, because you're a public official. And yeah, whatever you want to call it, try that. The Supreme Court has already ruled in that. So, you know, as a government employee, you can't get that off. And if you find it alarming, you should go back whispering that you would there, because that would probably alarm you. But us exercising our rights is alarming, and that's what's really disappointing. We're disappointed in you, and your little games that you're playing is an attempt to chill free speech. So the illusion you were giving at the beginning as being one of the good guys has gone out the window, because you're not. We know who you are now, and we don't appreciate you like we used to. Do you care? No. We know that you don't care, but we are very disappointed in you. You're supposed to be honoring your oath that you took to the Constitution and protecting our rights. And every time our rights are violated, you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. You don't protect our rights, you protect the people in control. And you didn't take an oath to them. You took an oath to protect our rights under the Constitution. So every time you say, we're alarming, we're disorderly, asking you a question is disorderly, I don't know if it's your attempt at humor, I hope it is, but it's not funny, because it's our freedom that's involved, and you're on the wrong side of it. And we're disappointed in you, very disappointed in you. We know you don't care. We know that you're just the mayor's little puppet boy at this point. You didn't used to be that, though. used to be an honorable man who upheld his oath. And I'm just so disappointed in you. When you look in the mirror, you should be ashamed of yourself. But anyway, have a good night. Put some sunblock or some aloe vera on that sunburn in the back of your neck. Yeah, maybe, but we're not in the same boat though.
Hey, hello, Zoila. Can we get a flyer? I'd love to see the flyer. I'm on a public
Have a good night,
sidewalk,
Sergeant.
Zoila. I don't have to move anywhere.
Thank you for being professional.
I'd love to see what their
Have a good
latest
night, officer.
latest flyer is
Thank you
here.
for being professional.
If she's like saying, hey, keep moving.
Reconsider your position on that, man. Honor your oath.
Is this where the,
Honor your oath.
Yeah, this is the campaign headquarters for Larry Weinstein and Gabe Rodriguez. Yeah. Yeah, rightfully so.
I wonder if anybody supports Mayor Snack. Should we bring out the speaker and microphone? Ask him?
Yeah. All things are, I think it would be great to get some perspectives on who supports Mayor Stack and why.
Look, are you following me? Yep.
Yeah.
You're law enforcement.
Right.
Can't be the complaining on some kind of bullshit stalking. What are you talking
You weren't stalking, you were asking questions.
Yeah.
And by the way, she told us that she told me I had to keep
I
moving.
was also redressing my government.
Right, absolutely.
As my First Amendment right.
How's it going?
And,
How's the campaign going?
Assembling in public.
Yeah.
All First Amendment.
Right. And this is Zoila, and she told me I had to keep moving. Like, I'm on a public sidewalk. We're here peacefully, and I asked for a flyer.
I'm not blocking the door.
Nope, none of us are.
Get in,
And she just
get
dropped
out.
a flyer. That's a perfectly good flyer. I would love to see that, to see what is the latest that they're saying in the campaign information that they're giving. I just wonder. So this is Larry Weinstein. I'm curious. I would love to interview Larry Weinstein and Gabriel Rodriguez. This is their campaign headquarters, and the stack is set up for them. And I want to see what is it? What are they doing? You know, what's the message that they're trying to tell people? Because if Mayor Stack endorses anyone, as I said, that means they're puppets right there. Puppet number one, puppet number two. That's Gabe Rodriguez on the top, Larry Weinstein on the bottom. And Larry Weinstein's claim to fame is he owns laundromats and some liquor stores. Now, I've heard the laundromats are actually good laundromats. But does that qualify him because he knows how to get the whites whiter and the colors brighter to be an assemblyman of the state of New Jersey? Well, according to Brian Stack, it does. Craziness. And, you know, they put this special stuff in there to make it so you couldn't see through, but I don't know what they're hiding, but when the lights are on, you can see through clearly.
I mean, they got a lot of stuff.
Hey, user 5989, thank you so much. Kind words. Tarnished Viking says, laundering the money. Here, keep the mic.
How do you know? That's exactly what's going on here. This is one of Larry Weinstein's laundromats here, except it's Brian Stack's laundromat.
Yep. And the thing is, literally, that this is a money laundering operation, allegedly. I've been told. So FBI, if you're watching this, I've been told that Union City First, and especially, actually both, and the Brian P. Stack Civic Association, they are both supposedly, allegedly, money laundering operations. Maybe you can ask these gentle people questions here. I'm curious, what do people, you know, why do they support Stack? And this is the live mic, so that, you know, whenever you're talking, they'll hear you.
Oh, literally?
Yeah.
All right. I thought
Yeah.
How's the campaign going?
Hey, can we ask you about, why do you support Mayor Stack? Can you name 3 things that he's done well?
I can't name a single one.
What are 3 things that he did great? Name 1 thing he did great.
He gave Davis unlimited text messaging.
Can you hold this and tell people who is Davis?
Mayor Davis of Bayonne. He's also running for sheriff of the Hudson County, and I believe he settled a $430,000 settlement in a sexual harassment sexting scandal where he was sexting his subordinates, his employees, basically. And there are very graphic pictures out there, and hopefully we bring those to you at some point.
Yep, we're in the process. I'm going to turn this around, and
I don't know if we can. I don't even know if we can. They're too graphic.
Well, there's. I was told that it's getting a little cold here. I was told that Jimmy Davis, who's the mayor of Bayonne, New Jersey, that Mayor Stack endorses him, of course, because he was accused of sexting, sexually harassing a female Bayonne, New Jersey employee. And Can you give us one reason why Stack is a great mayor? We'd love to hear your perspective. What makes Mayor Stack a great mayor? You get a chance, total First Amendment, free speech, say what you like here.
Have you ever received a text message from Jim Davis?
I hope not.
That's gonna be my question.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking people.
Yeah, and so if you look up Jim Davis, Bayonne, New Jersey, and sexting, you will see that he was part of a $430,000 settlement.
And just the fact that you settle with that's a big number.
Right.
Like, let's be clear, that's a big number. Now, would you settle with that larger? It's not like it's $10,000 or $20,000 or something like that. You know, maybe you say, oh, it's going to cost me more, to whatever. You could kind of try to play it off like that. But $430,000 of taxpayer money.
Right. It's not out of Jim Davis's pocket. It's taxpayer money.
Of taxpayer money. Like, that tells a story, right? In and of itself. So.
And he's running for sheriff against current sheriff Frank Shalari, who's been sheriff for many, many years. And Mayor Stack seems to almost, not completely, almost exclusively endorse men who are in the political government of New Jersey who are accused of sexually assaulting, RAPing women, sexually harassing them. Case in point, Lieutenant Sergio de Rojas.
And these are facts.
Yeah.
This is all, Google it. This is all verifiable facts. There has been allegations of sexual assault against every one of these individuals.
So, Mayor Jim Davis Bayonne, look it up. In fact, if one of the mods can put it on in here. Hey, Scalzo Photo. And he says, hey, I wish I was there. All right, well, where are you? Come on. Come on. Right here. Right here. Come on here.
I still have another question. Where does Larry Weinstein live?
Oh, very good question.
Because he does not live he may own a property in North Bergen, but does he actually live at that residence? No, he doesn't. Word on the street is, from a good source, credible source, that lives on that block is, he's never there.
And why does Larry Weinstein have to live in North Bergen, the 33rd district?
He has to live in the 33rd district because he's running for assembly of the 33rd district. So, you know, he has a building in North Bergen, and he says he lives there, but word on the street is he doesn't live there.
No, in fact, there's some people that live in Union City. They let me know. They said they had driven by there numerous times during the day and the night, and they said they don't see Larry Weinstein sleeping overnight there. Or if he does once in a while, he going home to his family. He does have a beautiful family. God bless them. But they ain't living in North Bergen from what everyone says. And all the sources, the people were just volunteering this information, saying, yeah.
But if you Google his address, he's in the picture. Oddly enough, what are the odds on that?
In the Google picture,
Google Maps,
right?
He's in the picture in front of the house.
The one time he was there, I think he knows Uncle Google personally.
Yeah, you know, listen.
Ooh,
they're
motorcycle.
playing games with Google. They're playing games with Wikipedia. They're playing games with Facebook. You know, listen. When you have friends in high places, you can do these things, and it's shameful.
And for those who don't know who this is Full Court Press. Please subscribe to Full Court Press now. He's one of my best friends. Great channel. Always got my back. Also, make sure to subscribe to South Jersey News as well. One of my best friends. Awesome guy. He drives 2.5 to 3 hours to get here. Can you tell them more about that?
Yeah, so I live near Atlantic City, right? And I come up here to help support Leroy and Full Court Press because, I mean, what they stand for is it's real. I'm just here along the ride for the journey. Yeah, that's really about it.
You're
part of it.
contribution to this.
I guess I'm a part of it.
You are now.
You're a big part of it.
So, yeah, I try to make it as much as I can. It is hard. I got 3 kids, but I still try to make it out here 3.5 hours sometimes I drive.
You got hit with a bullshit criminal complaint for coming out here. You got he insinuated that not insinuated. He said you were being disorderly today and that's the overreach, right? For a captain to suggest that he was being disorderly for asking him a question, that creates a chilling effect. That's an attempt to control people from exercising their rights, exercising their voices. And that's why my speech today was pretty much about making it clear to him that that's unacceptable, right? You're not honoring your oath to the Constitution that you took, and he didn't always used to be like that. But now that Mayor Stack got him in this position, and maybe he sees a path to chiefdom, and he's on his little puppet strings, he's acting like that. But he wasn't always like that, and that's what's disappointing to me, because I thought he was way better than that.
Yeah, you're right on. And what did you feel when Captain Bergbauer was telling you? Because you were asking if he can hear them. Now, personally, I don't give a shite if Bergbauer can hear anything. I care that the people, all of us can hear, and we can barely hear. And I was before you answer, I was in a band for many years, so my hearing isn't always that great. And they refuse to use the microphone.
Thanks, Claudette.
He has offered, South Jersey News has offered numerous times for the commissioners, because he has 2 microphones when he bought this sound system. He offered graciously.
Show him the sound system.
Yeah, and this costs a lot of money. This is like a $700 system.
$700 for a JBL. We got the microphones in here. Just hook them right up. Done deal.
And with 2 mics, one for we the people and one for Mayor Stack and the commissioners, because we can't hear them. And it's breaking the Open Public Meetings Act, called OPMA, OPMA in New Jersey. The public has got to be able to hear the business of the commissioners. Because without that, they're voting on stuff. How can we object, or how can we talk about things intelligently during the time to talk about the agenda items if we can't freaking hear the agenda items? I mean, it's absolutely wrong. It's communist, it's fascist, it's authoritarian, and obviously they do that because they want to get away with passing whatever they want without anyone knowing.
Yeah, so the reason I got the sound system was because literally we can't hear him. Bergbauer was giving me a hard time about someone using my sound system after the meeting was over, and he was trying to say I was being disorderly by letting somebody use my sound system, which is absurd. It's not me doing it. And then, you know, the only reason we brought it is so we can hear them, right? Because we honestly can't hear them. So today, again, I asked Bergbauer, can you really hear them? Because I can't. I'm a welder by trade. You know, I hear loud banging all the time. I'm really, you know, Leroy said he was in a band. I work with metal. I'm hard of hearing.
Well,
and
I don't care. Like, again, Bergbauer, I got my own mic.
Okay.
I don't care if Bergbauer could hear or not, because he's going to say yes anyway. They could be doing this. Watch this. Can you hear them, Bergbauer?
I hear them
yes.
perfectly fine.
You're being disorderly.
he said, yeah, so that's what he said. He says, yeah, I hear them, Crystal, but you're being disorderly. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. I don't go to Bergbauer for hearing tests, and we couldn't hear them. That's a fact.
Right.
And you shouldn't have to strain to hear anyone in a public meeting. And the fact that South Jersey News was gracious enough to offer to let the commissioners, including Mayor Stack and the lawyer, very allegedly dirty Don Skorinsky, to watch, to use the mic, that was a huge deal.
And he lets any member of the public use it while
Yeah, absolutely. So I've said that before. I said anyone can use the mic. As soon as we got to the meeting, the first thing I did was put my microphone right in their podium. And they used it.
And it was helpful.
It was helpful.
It was.
Because look how far they got us back.
Exactly.
Like,
Half court. And I always say this. I love saying this. We're half court with full court press. I love saying it.
But listen, we can't hear them. They can't hear us. They don't care because they don't want to hear what we're saying anyway. They're not really concerned with what the people are saying. And they don't want the people to hear whatever they're trying to push through.
Yeah.
They don't care if we hear how they vote, what they say. They don't want us to be part of the process, which we have every right to be part of that process. It's our civic duty, and we're trying to be engaged. And so other members of the public, I would assume when they come by sporadically here and there.
Which is rarely.
Which is rare. But, you know, then they hold these little court things. It's so bizarre to me, right? Like, it's like a trial, and it's like, yeah, we recommend a dismissal. Dismissal? You're not charged with a crime. And these are little things like the employee wasn't wearing their tag. It was hanging up on the bar. But it was hanging up on the bar where people could see it. What are we doing here? Are we trying to extort money out of these local businesses here who are trying to earn a living and create jobs for people? It seems like that to me. It seems like extortion. It seems like a way to exert your power and make sure that you're getting their votes, and if not, you're getting their money. So if you're on the right side of Brian Stack, you're good. But if you're not, God forbid that your security camera. There was a guy in there that he was there because his security camera wasn't recording for 60 days. It was only recording for 47, but then they determined, nope, it was recording for 60 days. So they recommended a dismissal. What do you mean you recommend a dismissal? Of course there's a dismissal. He didn't do anything.
Right.
He shouldn't have been there in the first place. I recommend you compensate this man for his time, and I hope he sues them for having them take him there without a just cause, because they think he might have not been recording for 60 days. It's nonsense.
But here's another thing too. Then what Brian Stack does, he puts on his benevolent dictator voice. Oh yes, you've been doing this a long time, and yes, let's vote for dismissal. So he sets them up
with a warning.
Right. He sets them up. Then they got to go to trial in front of the public and the commissioners. But then he will benevolently dictate their forgiveness.
So merciful.
For something, very merciful dictator, and forgive them for something they didn't do, but still warn them, because you need to know who wears the breeches in this dictatorship. And it ain't you, Americans, it's me, Mayor Brian Stack's brain.
Yeah. And I'm wondering the same thing, right? So he was accused of not having the footage for 60 days, which he did.
Right.
And I'm accused of harassment, where the security guard lied in his report and said I cursed at him. Right. What else did it say? It said that I cursed at him, I followed him around with a camera, and I said something about his wife. All those things are not true. So.
All in his official capacity, the security guard at this public meeting, in his official capacity,
right.
So he followed him around with the camera. And what's the problem? He's there in his official capacity. He works for the government. He recorded him. What's the problem? They bring these stupid charges against people. Leroy has enough of them to know.
I've lost track. Right now, there's at least six active charges against me, bogus criminal complaints. This is what they charged me with. One of the many charges. I was arrested. Full court was there. Scouts of Photo was there for disrupting a meeting during my 5-minute public comment time. How's that possible? I get arrested. I get put in a cage because I was speaking words that Mayor Stack didn't like.
Was Bergbauer there? Was Bergbauer there?
No,
no.
They had that garbage guy, Captain Omar Hernandez, who was him. He arrested me, and Officer Fernando Muro,
who calls the cops on himself.
Yeah, he calls the cops on himself constantly.
Check out that video. Someone put that video up in the description.
Every time he drinks too much, he calls the cops on himself. Hey. Then he says, "No, why'd you come here?"
It's me, M. I'm drunk. Come save me. Come save me. I had a beer too many. Like, who in their right mind? I don't care. Who in their right mind calls the police because they're drunk?
It's never dawned on me. Like when I was in 20-something in college, we're drinking. I never say, let's see, I've had 3 Long Island iced teas. I'm going to call the police and the ambulance. I'm going to call 911.
And then the ambulance comes, he refuses medical attention. Then the police comes, he says, no, I'm good. I live right there. I live right there.
Right.
So, and the response from the police Captain Raposo was, then why am I here?
North Bergen, New Jersey, this happened.
And he goes, I didn't call. My cousin, brother, lover called.
My cousin, brother, whatever, lover, we don't know who he was.
And his cousin's like, I didn't call, you called. But we know who called. He called on himself.
And watch the video. Ladies and gentlemen, that video, go back a few videos. It shows a guy with like vomit or something all over his shirt. On my YouTube channel, it's on there.
Yeah, someone posted that in the chat.
How do we allow these guys to have badges? Like, seriously, how is he allowed to have a badge if that's what he does? The suggestion that somebody's free speech in a public meeting is alarming. You own a gun? You carry around a gun, but you think me asking questions of public officials is alarming. You seriously, those words came out your mouth, brother. They came out your mouth in your official capacity. And you have the authority to put people in handcuffs or shoot somebody, God forbid, if you feel alarmed or threatened. Like, if me speaking is alarming to you, that's very concerning, because what would be provocation to shoot somebody?
Right. Oh, you burped while you were disrupting. It's a disruptive burp.
Bam! It's really, that's alarming to me.
Yeah.
That's extremely alarming to me. And I think some of these guys, I don't know, maybe they've been doing it too long or not long enough or whatever it is, but they've lost sight on what their job is. And their job is to protect our rights. That's their number one priority, is to protect our rights. And they're not doing a very good job of it.
No, but here's why they're there. Why they have so many cops there on the directive of Dictator Stack is they're there to not just observe and report, which that's a problem, observe and report on us. They're there to try to catch us doing something criminal or something they can make into criminal so they can, in their mind, lawfully arrest us and silence our speech.
Did you see the woman? There was a woman there. I don't know who she was. She took a picture of where I put my camera. She took a picture of where I put my speaker, and then she took a picture of me. I have no idea who she was. I did take a picture of her.
We got it. Here, let's show it. Show it online. See if anyone can identify her, and I'm going to also put this on my Facebook. And ladies and gentlemen, please go to my Facebook now, find Leroy Truth, because Mayor Stack, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, and Attorney General of New Jersey, Matt Placken, allegedly colluded and worked with Facebook to delete my page, my Facebook page, with thousands and thousands of posts and videos and memes. So I have a brand new one. We've had over 250,000 views in just a little over 3 weeks. Please like it and follow it. Go to Leroy Truth and click that. Let's build that page up again.
It's a terrible picture, but that's the woman who was taking a picture of my equipment.
Keep it there for a minute. Just keep it there. Anyone identify her? Ponytail, glasses, flowery shirt, and
I'm sure we have her on video better. If you want to rewind the video, anybody, check it out.
Yeah.
That's all I got. And there's Handsome himself.
He looks like Willy Wonka, the chocolate factory guy with the cane there.
Yeah.
The cane, but he ain't nice like Willy Wonka. He gives rotten chocolate, rotten advice, and he attempted to intimidate this gentleman right here. He's one of the most peaceful gentlemen. There's only one more peaceful gentleman I know than him. That's Scalzo Photo. But he's almost right there. Yeah. And he literally asked Bergbauer, "Can you hear?"
Yeah, I was duped 100% because when I first started coming around here, I was telling people, no, Captain Bergbauer, he's one of the good guys. He's a good guy. He'll defend our rights. So I was duped 100%. Now I see his true colors, and I'm like, all right, it's over.
I kind of want to show him the bathroom at the last meeting that we went to.
He doesn't
care.
Do
you remember that?
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, I showed him.
Bergbauer didn't care.
No, he didn't care. He's like, oh, you shouldn't have used that bathroom. I was like, well,
that's where they directed you to.
That's where they told me to go.
Now, I want to also give a few shout outs. Wealth Kitchen in Jersey City is one of my favorite places to eat and drink. It is a healthy place with delicious food. And I think one of the owners here, David Trotta. Leroy is fueled by Wealth Kitchen, spelled W-H-E-A-L-T-H, like health with a W, like whole food, doing the good work. I love David. I love going to your place, David Trotta. It's an awesome place right in Jersey City, right near the municipal court complex with the most corrupt prosecutor in the United States, Her Highness, Lord and Savior of Brian Stack's corruption, Esther Suarez. Hello, BJ. Just Julie, brown sugar.
So how long have we been coming to these meetings here in Union City?
16 months and about 2 weeks.
And in all that time, they couldn't find a single thing to legitimately charge us with.
No.
Why?
Because we don't break the law.
It's that simple.
We're investigative journalists. We expose corruption, and they use more corruption. Here's what I found this. This is so ironic. Corrupt politicians, as they're being investigated and exposed for corruption, use even more corruption to attempt to stop us from investigating and exposing their original corruption, thus creating even more corruption.
Right. It's been a snowball effect the entire time, because from day one, they try to call the police on you from entering a public building. The very first meeting we attended after that, you ask some questions, Justin Mercado takes your phone out of your hand, threatens to hit you, threatens to stomp you.
I mean, rips it out of my hand.
Right. I tell Mayor Stack, hey, we need to hold him accountable. They turn around, laugh in my face, laugh at me like, oh, this is funny? No, we're coming back. And every time they just do something else that just shows they have no respect for our rights or for the general public. So that's why I personally kept coming back. Then Leroy started getting an influx of corruption allegations that we had no choice but to continue to investigate them. And there's real things going on here. This is not just this is not a little, oh, this mayor did this one thing. This is the most corrupt place in America, probably hands down.
Yeah.
At least in New Jersey. I don't know about the rest of the country, but it's up there.
So yeah, also Leroy went to the police station today. He did a live. I don't know if you guys were in the chat or not, but they can't find some of your charges that you put against them, right?
They can't find most of them.
Yeah, they can't find most of them. But how is it they magically have all of yours against you, right? But the ones that you put against them, where'd they go?
There's at least 20. Watch this. This is the list. I said I want all the criminal complaints I've done against others, and these are real criminal complaints because I was, assaulted, harassed, attacked, kicked, and there was a branch of a tree or a stick thrown at me at high velocity, and this is all they can find. Now you may say that's a lot of charges against them. Hey, hello there. Hey, God bless you too. Some good people there. The Union City got a lot of good people. Just Brian Stack sucks. So, but these are the complaints they found today that I've done against others. But that's a fraction. There should be 3 pages. They said, oh, that's all there is. Because I keep doing the complaints and they miraculously disappear from the system. Thank you, Brian Stack, head of the Judiciary Committee of the New Jersey State Senate.
Yeah.
Corruption, more corruption.
Yeah, they disappear. But the charges against Leroy, they don't disappear.
No.
His charge hasn't disappeared.
My charge ain't going nowhere. I did file a dismissal though. Let's see what happens there. I don't know.
The charges disappear as quickly as their integrity.
Well, my charges do disappear from municipal court to New Jersey Attorney General. The New Jersey Attorney General keeps taking the charges that have been done against me in municipal court, and he takes them to the state level. That's freaking dirty as hell. Why did he do it? And sources told me because Mayor and Senator Brian Stack told him to.
Yeah, he's not doing it to hold Mayor Stack accountable. Like what AG is taking these municipal cases all on for himself? Why? Because his boy wants him to shut things down for him. But it's not like he's doing the right thing and saying, wait, I got all these charges against Mayor Stack and all the people surrounding him and associated with him. Let me see what's going on here. There's a common denominator here, and there's some serious corruption going on in Union City. That's not what he's doing it for. Mayor Stack makes a phone call, tells him, "Hey, I got this guy. He's annoying me. He's annoying me, and I need you to take care of him."
That sounds like Stack.
It sounds like.
And forgive God. But forgive God said, and they asked Leroy, "Can you do the Urkel voice of Stack again?" And you do it first.
Hey, stop harassing me. Hey, Chief, get him out, Chief. Get him out. You don't know my temper.
Yeah. Leroy, go back to Long Island. No. Go back to North Bergen. Who's paying you? Jimmy Hoffa's paying you. Who's paying you? I don't know. I buried Jimmy Hoffa. I want Leroy next to Jimmy Hoffa.
Now we have confirmation that Joe Blaitler's behind this.
That's what he said today.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what he said.
It's so hard to hear because he didn't have a mic.
Yeah. He's blaming Joe Blaitler.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know where my money is. If that's who's paying us, I want to know where my money is because I haven't received a check.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't received a check. No, I want to listen. I'm here for exactly what I'm here for. It's for us, for we the people, to stand up for our rights, our constitutional rights, for the people of Union City. This place is run like a complete dictatorship. Nothing goes down without going through Brian Stack first. He controls everything in this town, from the police department to the teachers to the DPW workers. And there's some people that are dissenters, but they face serious repercussions for it. Retaliation, business owners, retaliation, property owners, retaliation. He sends inspectors to find them. All kind of different things that's going on here. Yet, if you have a sexual assault allegation against you, you're getting a promotion. You're getting hired for a better position. We're going to put you in charge of school children's safety. It's really bizarre, and I can't believe that this is even America that we're standing in right now, that goes on here in 2025.
The officer who arrested you in the meeting, what was his name? Didn't he get promoted after arresting you?
No, someone told me he wants to be chief. His name is Captain Omar Hernandez, who was actually in a movie once. And I think was it a triple something letter movie? I don't know, but it was some movie. And he fashioned himself a movie star, and he became very famous because after he unlawfully arrested me, along with that low-level vomit person who vomits on themselves all the time, Officer Fernando Murrow, the videos on YouTube collectively on the different channels they were showing on, including Long Island Audit, Full Court Press, were seen over 4 million times at unlawful arrest. And so, it's nuts. Now, also, one other thing I want to share. If you want to make a difference, there is someone who used to be named Sergeant Sergio de Rojas. When Sergeant Sergio de Rojas, this is a true story, when Sergeant Sergio de Rojas was a sergeant, he was accused by a female police dispatcher that he was, according to her, harassing her, stalking her, texting her left and right, driving in front of her house.
This is all on the record, by the way, in publications.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's begging Chief of Police, Chief Everett at the time, and Mayor Stack, please transfer me. This is wrong. I'm married. I'm not interested in this guy. He's my boss. He's my direct supervisor. It's wrong. Stop this harassment, this sexual harassment. And you know what she was told, point blank, when she asked for a transfer? No. Nope. Well, guess what happened? He continues. He escalates things. He starts sexually harassing her more and more and more until he finally gets her into one of these little satellite police trailers, all alone at night, and then forces her to do oral sex to him. ... And then, after she does a direct complaint, very clearly states, very graphically, what she says Sergeant Sergio de Rojas did to her. I saw the letter. It was leaked to me by numerous inside sources. I posted that letter. That was to Chief Everett, and Mayor Brian Stack signed off on it as well, of what she says Sergeant Sergio de Rojas did to her. It was despicable. It was evil. She begged for protection, and they wouldn't protect her. What if that was your wife, your daughter, your sister, your mother, your friend? That would be okay with you? Oh, Mayor Stack's a great mayor. Let's go on as business as usual. Well, guess what happened? That woman demanded that the semen-stained chair that Sergio de Rojas exploded all over be preserved as proof of DNA evidence, that it be tested. Guess what happened?
Disappeared like your charges?
It was destroyed. It was thrown into the dumpster, and I have an eyewitness, who I won't name right now, but an eyewitness who contacted me. They saw that semen-stained chair in the dumpster, allegedly directed by Mayor Brian Stack. And guess what happened to Sergeant Sergio de Rojas? Well, first, let's see what happened to this female police dispatcher. Retaliation, retaliation, retaliation. Guess what happens to Sergeant Sergio de Rojas? He gets promoted to Lieutenant Sergio de Rojas, because Mayor Stack loves to protect alleged sexual predators. But hey, it ain't over yet. Lieutenant de Rojas, he retired this past September. Mayor Brian Stack made sure he got a new no-show job. Guess what he made? Guess what he made? Retired Lieutenant Sergio de Rojas, the alleged RAP-IST. I say that for this channel here. He made retired Lieutenant Sergio de Rojas the safety coordinator of Union City school children. Over 11,000 Union City school children, an alleged RAP-ist.
That's crazy. That's insane, out of this world insane. I'm glad that I don't have any children that go to the school that he's protecting. Yeah, this is what happens here. And I think the psychology, the logic behind that is he finds people who are compromised because then he has something that he could hold over their head. Nobody else wants to touch him. Nobody else is going to bring him into their so he gets this forced kind of loyalty, right? Because now that's politics over here in Jersey, right? He has something to hold over them, and now he has power and control over them, and he gets their loyalty from that, their unwavering loyalty, and that's what keeps him in power.
You're right on. And I asked the mods and anyone, please look for Sylvia Abato. She's the Union City School Superintendent. Find her number.
I'm gonna post it in there right now, or the Esther Suarez thing that you said to put in the chat before.
Yeah.
Post that too.
Yep, but post the number of Sylvia Abato, Union City Board of Education, New Jersey. Union City, New Jersey. Call her, demand the immediate firing of retired Lieutenant Sergio de Rojas, the new safety coordinator, the alleged rapist, protecting 11,000 children.
Why do you think it is that none of the other so-called local media around here cover this? Or,
They won't cover it. None of them.
Yeah.
None of them will cover that.
Yeah.
HUD Post, NJ12, they won't cover it. There is an alleged RAPIST working as the safety coordinator of over 11,000 children in Union City Public Schools, and they won't cover that as news. That guy has to immediately be fired. The entire Board of Education has to be fired, and they all got to be investigated because they are the ones who voted them in. And Mayor Senator Stack, of course, has to be immediately indicted and got to resign.
Yeah, they don't cover it. They don't cover the Secretary of Board of Education assaulting a journalist. Don't cover that. I mean, that's newsworthy if I ever saw it at a public meeting. They don't cover that. They don't cover a journalist being thrown out of a church at the direction of politicians, of someone who's running for mayor of Jersey City, and the governor himself, who is at least being investigated now because of the new what's her title?
State Attorney? The new U.S. State Attorney, Alina Habba.
Yeah.
And we are not a political channel. I'm not supporting Democrats. I'm not supporting Republicans. I am a registered Democrat. We just support justice and truth, whether it's a Republican that's doing malfeasance and corruption or a Democrat. We don't care. There's right and wrong, not left and right.
100%.
And so Alina Habba, my team is in the process of connecting with her, and for all of us to have a sit down with her and to reveal and expose everything that Brian Stack has been doing. Because not only is there the investigation of all the 25 plus years Brian Stack has been in political office corruption, there's all the additional corruption he's been doing since I came into the picture that he's been doing towards me. So even if he did nothing corrupt previously, the corruption, the harassment, the attacks, the unlawful arrests, I've been followed, I've been surveilled, I've been tailed. There have been at least got to get the right number here with my fingers, at least 9 private investigators I've been told were hired over the course of the last 16 plus months since I first came to Union City that have been investigating me to try to find dirt on me.
Not to mention however many lawyers, high power, expensive lawyers.
We were talking at least $2 million of attorneys, supposedly, that sources have told me that Stack has spent to try to stop me, to try to get me arrested.
That's why they have those little cameras all set up around the public meetings now, and it's like, okay, we welcome that. However, we also want to be able to Oprah request those. They're creating public documents, but when we ask them whose cameras are they, those might be private cameras. What? Private cameras in a public meeting.
Cameras, right.
So then, I'm going to show them. So then I can put my private camera there too. What are we doing here?
Check this out.
So I did a request for body cameras over in Union City, right? It says, due to the nature and volume of the request, it is estimated that the request will cost $420 to $560 to fulfill. The request will take about 6 to 8 weeks and 8 hours to fulfill. The employee filing the request is employed at the rate of $70.10 per hour. This employee is the only individual who is able to fulfill the request. I don't understand how they can charge so much money. How's that possible? How's that possible?
Wait, they're making $70 an hour?
$70 an hour.
Who is this employee?
Let me see. Look at this. Let's get close up here. So, due to the nature and volume of the request, and what did you request?
I requested body cam footage of the meeting where I was falsely accused of harassment.
And so they want to charge you $420 to $560. See, this is how. Who's going to pay that? And then
look at this dude.
What were they doing?
The rapist.
Who?
The alleged rapist.
Was that Sergio?
No. The main guy.
Raul Janelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, very, very, very clear. A person who is accused allegedly of sexually assaulting 3 female city workers. That allegedly Brian Stack is paying for lawyers and is having the Attorney General take those charges, which they did. The women came forward who work in the Department of Parks. They accused that man of sexual harassment, sexual assault. And guess what happened? Mayor Stack allegedly had all those cases taken out of the local court. Attorney General took them over. They disappeared. I'm trying to find them again. They disappeared. Now let's see, Full Court Press trying to find. And let's go to the police station next, and that to follow up with the Jonathan Moya thing. And Detective Haber asked us to come back.
Oh, yeah, that's there. I'll take.
You got that?
Detective Haber asked us to come back after the meeting to see if he had information about Jonathan Moya. Okay. All right, the police station is right down the block here. Beautiful night, though. It's getting chilly now. Look at these flowers. These make me so happy. I love these. Look at these. Get up close and personal. Kind of like having a drone. We got the
So
drone
we're on
view
our way
here.
to the Union
Little
City
more press looks like a little
Police
ant.
Department here on 38th Street and New York Avenue, right underneath the City Hall building. And Leroy's going to follow up on whatever he had going on before. What were we doing? Getting
Jonathan Moya, seeing if
Oh.
he
So
found the information.
here in Union City, in order to file a complaint against someone, you have to find out on your own their name, address, and date of birth. So if someone harasses you, assaults you, you can't file charges against them unless you know their date of birth. Imagine that.
Yeah, bingo.
Did you present ID or no?
That's a good question.
Wow.
That's a great question.
Captain Bergbauer found it. See,
Yeah.
they'll help them.
Well, it's in his little notebook because listen, he's investigating. Detective Bergbauer is investigating us like nothing. He knows everything about us, where we live, where we work, who we're married to, who we're dating, et cetera, because it's his primary focus, or one of. Hi.
And we'll see if Detective Haber is still here. And now we're following up on Jonathan Moya, who is the campaign manager for Larry Weinstein. We were just in front of his headquarters. His campaign manager assaulted me, pinned my arm against a metal pole when I was simply reporting from a public sidewalk.
Just keep in mind.
Hey, hello there. Hello, good to see you. How you guys doing? Good. Reverse. I was following up. Detective Haber was trying to get the information on Jonathan Moya so I can do a criminal complaint against him. But it's the mysterious date of birth and address that no one can seem to find. And I can't do the criminal complaint without that.
Okay.
So,
You said you got it, Haber?
okay. Okay, good to see you. Thank you. Okay, so we're in the Union City Police Station right now. And smash that like button, everyone. Okay, so let's read a few chats while we're waiting here. Call to duty auditor.
Give him a shout out. He's always on the case.
Yeah, Call of Duty, you're awesome. And user 5989, Brian P. Stack planted those trees. Yeah, and see, some people say, well, Stack plants trees, and he's a great mayor.
It's not only plants.
Right. He said that's not only plants, and which is true. And everyone's not evil 100% of the time. He does things that like people are like, well, this is so great, but they don't know the dirt and the filth beneath that. So I do. Full Court Press does. South Jersey News does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Hello, Detective Haber. For a second, that's back. Right. For a second, that's back. Right. All right. So we got to keep it out. We got to keep it here. I totally forgot about that.
We gotta keep this here.
Yeah, both of this. Okay. And in fact, can you hold this here?
Yes.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And
I'll be outside even. It would probably work.
no, it's because it's right here. The signal's good. All right. So the answer is no. That person did not get back to me yet. And so we did check on the name. Can you tell Detective Haber what you found?
According to the last news article on Hudson County View, it is Jonathan Moya, Jonathan.
Hey, what is it?
Common spelling, Jonathan. Moya, Moya.
Yeah, no, I looked at that name different ways. Yeah. You know.
Jonathan Moya, are you CIA? Are you KGB? I think that's your KGB. That doesn't make sense. Like, he's almost invisible on the internet. So I'm going to check with Captain George Raposo because charges, as I said, were filed against Jonathan Moya for another harassment incident that occurred about 3 weeks ago in North Bergen. And so,
They ID'd him.
yeah, and they ID'd him there.
Right.
So would that be on the report from the victim?
Right. Yes. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get in contact with my detectives downstairs. They're gonna go and look into the incident that happened in North Bergen, right?
Do you know what day that was in Bergen?
My guess is he does.
It was the day of the launch of the Larry Weinstein campaign event. So
It was like 3 Saturdays ago, maybe? It was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday.
a couple of Saturdays ago.
Yeah, probably 3.
I could get you the exact date. We can get it for you.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have them investigate to see what happened that day, if they can identify this person, Jonathan Moya. If we can't, then they told me that they're gonna put a track fly, which is like a be on the lookout to see if they can identify this person.
Well, he's probably at the campaign headquarters of Larry Weinstein because he's his campaign manager.
Right. So they're gonna go. Just see if we can identify this person. They're gonna call you, and then they're gonna try to figure out whatever. I do need a photo of him, a clear photo.
All right, I showed you one earlier. Can I send that to you?
I will give you my email. Email
Yeah.
it to me.
All right.
And I will forward it to my detectives downstairs, and then they will go and investigate with North Bergen if need be. And then once they can identify
Good.
him.
So they can contact North Bergen, right? Because North Bergen has his information.
If you're saying that something happened with another person involving him, and that person sent a criminal complaint, which I tried finding myself, and I don't know if that even happened, but
Yeah, it did. So yeah.
Yeah, they took the complaint right there.
He was
Instead of
there.
Bringing him to the police. I have it
Yeah.
on video that I'm taking them.
if you were to find out the complaint number also, that will also pinpoint me to that incident, and I
Yeah.
could have copied and pasted. But again, we're very limited with, well, we're not limited, but the search resulted with limited results, so there isn't a lot of options for me to go off of.
Right. All right. And if anyone knows where Jonathan Moya lives and his date of birth, because as the victim of an assault, technically called harassment in New Jersey, I have to find that out. And Detective Haber is doing everything he can on his end with his resources, and Moya's a ghost. That's very suspicious. And he's Larry Weinstein's campaign manager, and we were just doing a live stream for the last 30 minutes right in front of Larry Weinstein's campaign headquarters. So we'll show you a picture, if not in this video, the next one. He's very recognizable. And so if anyone knows where he lives, we need the address so I can do the criminal complaint against him. Do we have good signal here? Okay. All right. So we're
Could be KGB too. I don't know. We'll see.
see, that's what I'm saying.
We're gonna do a report. Oh, I'm gonna do a report. We're gonna get this going. Your contact yourself hasn't changed, right? Based on the last time you made a report.
No.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go get this going. I'll submit it to our detectives, and then, like I said, they're gonna get in contact with North Bergen. They're gonna do the free work to see what's going on. And the minute we get a name or whatever, I'm sure they'll call you. We'll give you the opportunity to send a complaint, and then we'll go from there. If you can, send me that clear photo of him. Not the one you sent me, because I think that one's not too clear.
Yeah.
And then if you can squeeze in that video also, that'd be great, because we can use that probably as evidence. They could probably use that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do that for PC, that's probable cause.
Right.
I also have another question. Can you tell me what crime it is or what violation it is for asking a public official a question at a public meeting?
There's as silly as this sounds, this is a very legitimate question based upon tonight's meeting.
A criminal charge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be considered alarming for a member of the public to ask a public official a question at a public meeting?
People ask me questions all the time.
No. But here's the thing. But you got to tell him, what was the question? Turn the camera around to you, Vinny. Since you're the one who asked him the question. What did you ask Captain Bergbauer during the meeting today?
I asked Captain Bergbauer if he can hear the speakers of the meeting, and he said, "Oh yeah, crystal clear." But then he said, "I'm going to charge you with disrupting the meeting if you keep it up." So
He actually said, when you asked him the question, he said, "You're being disorderly." Yeah. And then at the last meeting, I asked the question to the mayor, the commissioners after the meeting, and he said, "Your behavior is alarming." And I just wanted to know, what about asking a question to a public official in public at a public meeting is alarming? Because I know what he's alluding to, an annoyance or alarm. He's alluding to disorderly conduct or some kind of behavior. But as a law enforcement officer, I just was curious, maybe I was missing something. What about asking a public official a question is alarming or disorderly? I didn't know, in your professional experience, would you consider asking a question to somebody alarming?
Right, I wasn't there to get full context.
But in the context that I'm providing to you.
I mean, you're allowed to ask questions. You know, whether or not a person chooses to answer them is a different question, but
Up to them, right?
yeah, you're allowed to ask questions. But Listen, I wasn't there. I don't know the context of it, but
I understand.
if you're asking questions, why not? You ask me questions every single day. I'm asking you questions.
Exactly.
So why not?
And I just asked you a very similar question.
Are you alarmed?
Are you alarmed? Do you feel alarmed right now or threatened by me asking you questions?
Do you feel alarmed because he asked you questions?
Is my camera threatening to you?
No, I mean, I would have been on vacation, but no, it doesn't bother me.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's okay.
And something that's special about Detective Haber, unlike Jonathan Moya, is I do not believe he is in the KGB. So stay tuned for much, much more as the non-KGB detective continues. We continue our evening, and we're going to do a wrap up outside.
Was she the one that helped us out in the projects that day?
I think she was. Yeah.
Yeah, she was very professional.
Yeah.
She helped us with the ice on the sidewalk, right?
Right. Yeah. And George Haber, the cop right there, was punished. User. I didn't introduce. George Haber was the police officer here. Let me get us all in frame here. George Haber was the police officer who protected my rights the very first day I stepped into the City Hall of Union City, December 1st, 2023.
I want to make note what they did right here, right now. They had other, what I'm assuming are victims. I don't know what they're here for. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know, right? But what they didn't do is ask us to leave, ask us to go outside. What they did do is they created privacy for them. They took them into a different location. They have them in a private room. And they created the privacy for them so that they can conduct their business while we conduct ours. And I appreciate that. That's the right way to do it. Unlike Jersey City.
Right, Jersey City said, you can't record inside the precinct because there are victims there. Well, it's not up to us to create privacy. It's up to them. And so...
Here you go. That's the reference number to the incident, just in case. Here, I'll also give the number to the detective bureau too.
Okay.
5800. Here you go.
Awesome. All right. You're very helpful, Detective Haber.
You're welcome.
And thank you. Thank you for your help.
Good luck, all right, gentlemen.
Thank you for your professionalism.
All right, have a great night. Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, be safe. All right.
Okay, you too. All right, let's do it.
And I also try to be extremely aware of when there is someone that a member of the public who's conducting.
Hold that. Oh,
so
never
I
mind.
do my best to keep them off camera. So it's not my intention to record anything. Never has been. We're here to conduct our business, and we're not trying to get anybody record anybody's personal business. We never have. That's not what we do.
No, here we can step back a little bit. We're all in the frame except for a random speaker there. And so Detective Haber, as almost all the Union City police officers, have been professional, except Captain Omar Hernandez, who should be locked up in prison for assaulting me, violating my rights, putting me in a cage for speaking during my public comment time. And so I appreciate Full Court Press support, South Jersey News support,
Absolutely.
and if not us, and I don't mean just us, three of us, all of you as well watching this, who holds these corrupt government officials accountable? Like Mayor Senator Stack, like New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, like New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin, and others. Who holds them accountable? There is no one else. There is no government agency who does it. It's us collectively, individually and collectively. And what you can do is call the Union City Board of Education. If someone could put that number on before we go here, call that number, and if you are inspired based upon what I've shared with you, demand Sergio de Rojas be immediately fired and investigated as to he is now the safety coordinator of Union City Schools with over 11,000 innocent school children under his domain. And he's an alleged RAP-ist. In what other city would that be allowed? Would that be tolerated? I mean, he was hired in November, for God's sakes. He's got to be fired, and the entire Board of Education has got to be fired because they hired him because Brian Stack, mayor, told him to. Why does he have power over them? Because he hand selects the Board of Education. They used to be voted on. He got rid of that so he can control the Board of Education. So Sergio de Rojas is there, hopefully not for long, because of Mayor Brian Stack, who is he is the award-winning #1 protector of sexual predators in the entire history of the state of New Jersey, bar none. Jimmy Davis. Do an outro with who's Jimmy Davis and why is Stack supporting him?
All right. Well, first of all, if anyone receives a text message with the name Jimmy Davis on it, do not open it. It's for adult eyes only, and if you're sensitive, you shouldn't see it. But Jimmy Davis is the mayor of Bayonne, who is running Bayonne, New Jersey, who is running for sheriff, who was involved in the sexting. What do you call it? Sexting situation with one of his employees, and has settled a $430,000 lawsuit. So yeah, that just shows how innocent he was.
And he's running for sheriff of Hudson County, and Mayor and Senator Brian Stack full-heartedly, full-throatedly, deep-throatedly endorse him.
Deep throat. No, like Watergate, like Watergate.
I think you just did a gesture there. I don't know where that came from. Censor that side of the screen.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Anyway, so we appreciate you being with us, spending this evening with us. Please subscribe to Full Court Press.
NB.
NB. I didn't put the NB. It stands
Full Court
for.
Press NB.
What does the NB stand for?
Stands for news break.
Bingo. Full Court Press
Today.
ND. NB. And also subscribe to
South Jersey News, no NB.
How do you find it though?
It's hard to find. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working on it. South Jersey News. It'll come up. It's a red icon. If one of the moderators can put it up in the chat.
Are you KGB too? Red icon? I got a red tie. Maybe I'm KGB. I don't know.
Could be.
And Jonathan Moya, he may be KGB.
They think we're Republicans because we have red icons and red ties and stuff.
Oh yeah, someone told me, Leroy, truth, you cannot wear a red tie and a white shirt because it looks like someone else. He didn't invent a white shirt and a red tie, for God's sakes.
I've been wearing red ties since I was in first grade color guard.
I was born. After I was born, within minutes, I was dressed in a white shirt and a red tie, giving a microphone and a camera. My parents knew my destiny.
You were born with a red tie.
Right, exactly. So
You had a little pacifier at the bottom.
Yeah, that's right. So God bless you all.
No deep throat.
God bless you. We definitely got to end this stream. God bless you all. Please subscribe to my brand new Facebook, because Mayor Brian Stack, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, New Jersey Attorney General Matt Placken allegedly colluded with Facebook to delete my previous Facebook page. I have a brand new one. We're building it up. We've already had over 260,000 views in a little over 3 weeks. Please like it, follow it, share my page link with everyone, engage in the content. We got so much coming out from South Jersey News and Full Court Press, NB, and myself.
Smash that like button on the way out, guys. It really helps.
Yeah. God bless you all. If you would do the honors and turn that X off, and we'll see you soon, everyone. LeroyTruth247@gmail.com. You want to email me, LeroyTruth247@gmail.com.
I'm about to exit.
Exit.
Exit. Double entendre.
Peace out, everybody.